like some girl with a retarded laugh. What else? What else can I just make you go mind-boggling? You're like, wow, that's a great idea, or amazing idea. Because that's the other thing. What I'm doing is that I get these explosions of thought, and I figured, you know what? Well, this is real neat stuff, but I can't write about it. Because see, that's the other thing. Like my novels are whatever I come up with, and I hope that whoever even wants to read my stuff, and that's why I'm doing a little blog about this novel I'm writing. And the reason why is because, I'm sharing the process, and I'm educating, I hope somebody. But I'm inspiring somebody because, like, what makes a teacher? What makes a teacher operate and act? And it's like, well, because there's a need to be filled. Would teachers rather be doing something else? Well, yeah. They would, but at the same time, they enjoy being with children, being with people and bodies who are learning, who wish to learn. And I think that's a major problem that teachers are suffering, is that, well, they can't exactly teach. And I have this revolutionary thought that why not make school year-round? Which I think myself, I would get a little peeved about, if that was like just thrust upon me, all of a sudden. But if you were born into it and you just accepted, well, this is what I do day to day. And in fact, I think also that would really help because for a lot of parents, they need daycare. They need a place for their kids to be taken care of. And what better environment than a school? And also, parents, you got to put your child with a babysitter, and it's like, well, there's such a high demand for babysitters as well. But I just think it would really help out a lot of people if you had year-round education. But here is the thing. It's non-linear. It's not codified into so many weeks of training, so many weeks of learning, so many weeks. Just make it the teacher, and that's why also you should have like two teachers, but make it a bit more like kind of preschool in a way. In that and it's going to sound hippie by the way, but it's like you approach it that, okay, well, what do you guys feel like learning about today? And the reason why is because you give the teachers a book that's saying, okay, by this grade level, these kids should be achieving this, and that, in terms of this is how far in cognition they are, and how much they can learn, and how much you can push them to learn, too, which is part of learning theory. And this is why, by the way, they study babies, and they study children. They just study how they act, By the way, like 9 out of 10 books published are nonfiction. What's nonfiction? Histories, manuals, lecture notes. Just like it's a lot of stuff that's basically that exists around you. There's manuals for everything, by the way. There's material for everything. So there's a lot of writing everywhere. So that's why, if you want to be a writer, you kind of squeeze into a niche already at a disadvantage, It's like, oh, I'm going to be the best writer ever. And it's like, okay, well, by the way, do you know how many books sell in the writers? Like, oh, okay, that takes me down. Wait, so 10 books are sold and only one of them is fiction? Like, oh, wow, okay. So that's, and if like Harry Potter sells, how many millions of books, and it's like, wow, what a chance am I taking? So you have to have a bit of daring when you're a writer. That's why. Talk about being a writer. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I just get explosions of ideas, explosions of thought that just feel like sharing them with the world, Because what do teachers do? Teachers teach. They feel a need. So I feel there's a need on YouTube for intellectual, educational, informational discussion. Because ultimately that's kind of what this is. I'm presenting information. But I'm presenting in such a way that it can be taken as conversation. As well if you want, because that's what I'm trying to think. But then that gets into the whole Tom Hanks, Wilson idea. And considering how lonely I am, yeah, I interact with my parents, but it's like, well, yeah, I don't have a peer group. That's why I said, hey, G4, can I hang out with you guys? Can I be your friend? You know, like, I'm really freaking bored here, guys. I could use some intellectual stimuli because that's what I envision. These people are like. There is Laura Swisher, who's a comedian, does different stuff. There's Blair Butler, and there's Martin Sargent. There's some other people, and there's also Kevin Pereira, and his writing staff, and even Olivia Munn. I gotta admit, even Olivia Munn, she has a real interesting personality and exposure too. So I would kind of dig if she should be on shows. If I was running a show, and especially, Olivia Munn should be featured on The Daily Show. That'd be a whole other thing. Daily Show, since we can't air a Daily Show, how about Daily Show air this, and I'll make it a thing. My request. Yeah, okay. See, that's the other thing. I got all these ideas of stuff I can do, and I realized, oh man, maybe I should make whatever. Maybe I should create this product. And since I have a degree in English, and with that and 75 cents I can buy a Coke, I figured, why not just share some ideas with the world. But, so my request is one of mine. Which would be an interesting website. So basically, but those things are startup and whatever. Just use YouTube. It's already starting. There's no money involved. Because as soon as an idea gets money involved, that's when it immediately goes downhill, right? What else? So, advertising. For Attack of the Show, in case it's not shown. So that's the one thing, is that I'll advertise for the Army. Tell it like it is, in other words. And like part of that, too, is that, you can join the military and not go into combat. So you can join the Navy. You can join the Air Force. That's why the Navy and Air Force are still pushing, because they realize the more they get personnel, Navy and Air Force-wise, the more they can supplement Army personnel. Believe. Which is good. Because, you can serve your country and serve in the military and not put yourself in harm's way. There's a certain... See, recruitment numbers are down, but recruitment numbers are still in the thousands. And why? It's like, because some people, they need, the money. They need a better life. They need, discipline and order in their lives, which is good. But they also need, they need money. And some of them, they want the action. And they want to do something good. They're loyal, patriotic people, which is kind of like me. It's like, I think it's a real good question if I would have, after September 11th, enlisted in the military. But, I think I would have. And I probably would have gone infantry, which would have been interesting. So, that's it. All right.